Bam, we're live. Good morning, Danny. How are you? Saber, good morning. Sabir, and Kelly, good morning. Saber. Saber. Sabir. Brian, what's up, dude? Good morning, Marissa. Mike, what's up, dude? You're still in the ether, Mikey. Christine Young, good morning. Mr. Oleki, what's up, dude? Ernie, Natalie. I stayed up way too late. Way too late. 2 back-to-back shows last night. Steven. Good morning, Coach. Thanks for the methodology that built my capacity to loosen every jar lid, making me a hero to my kids while simultaneously tightening every lid, making me a villain to my wife. Oh, solid. Well balanced. Sevi is on a 24-hour podcasting marathon. Man, you know who's killing it is Jenny from Dense Updates. Her videos are exploding. Ever since she's been on started publishing on the channel, every week her videos get more and more popular. Absolutely murdering it. Carrying the channel. Her and Taylor are carrying the channel on their back. Absolutely love it. Thank you. My kids, thank you. Too late for me. I'm trying to get more sleep. I know. It was it was too late for me too. You know, I was actually thinking, Jeffrey, in the I don't know, 3 or 4 years I've been doing the podcast. Yesterday was the first time that my kids were like, last night Avi wanted to throw the football, and instead I did a podcast, and I was kind of like, that was the first time I was like, ooh, maybe I should just skip Dave Castro Week in Review and throw the old pigskin. He's really into playing catch lately. Good morning, High Ground. What's up, dude? Good to see you. I can't wait to watch your podcast with Pedro. I got to get you on. It sounds like it was a great podcast. Anyone know what happened to Wad Zombie? Sevi talking about his Medeiros card yesterday got me thinking. I think Wad Zombie's just been busy with life. Hey, dude.
What up?
I'm really digging the short hair.
Are you really?
Yeah, I know. I saw it a couple weeks ago. For a second, with the hat on, it looked like you had a ponytail. And like maybe then you'd need some paints and an easel too. If you had a ponytail. Yeah, I really like it.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Guess what?
You're coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pumped.
Yeah, and I'm bringing Rhett and Riley.
Oh, awesome. The boys are going to be so excited.
I think Riley plans on connecting with the Hardys, or would like to, with the Hardy girls. And they both want to see the Matosians.
Oh, that's good. Is that what they refer to us as, the Matosians?
Uh-huh.
I like it.
But they're talking about the boys.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. That's fine. They're not like, we can't wait to go over to Haley and Sevon's.
No, it's different.
Hey, I was watching this video last night, Victor Davis Hansen on tariffs. I wanted to show you a little bit of it. Have you seen his take on this?
No, but I could guess at what I'd hope it would be.
Go for it. Let me hear.
Nobody wants them, and this is the way to get rid of them.
Yes.
And there are other considerations that exceed economic ones.
And he basically is saying, how come it's not bad for them, but it's bad for us? Like, how are all these people saying that it's bad what we're doing when all we're doing is the same thing that they're doing to us, but less? Anyway, let me play a little bit of it. It's really good. The video is on Intervision channel. This is way bigger than anyone realizes. I'll just play like a minute of it.
Vietnam, India, and Europe crashing because they have tariffs up to 200, 300 in some aspects like Canada, but 20-30%. So why aren't they having a discussion in China or Europe? This is bad. This is like the Smoot-Hartley Act, or we can't do this. Classical libertarian economics say tariffs are terrible, Europe. Why aren't they having that internal discussion? But they're not. apparently they think tariffs are very good. It's only our tariffs that are bad. That's the first thing. The second is they keep saying Great Depression, Great Depression, Great Depression, 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 depression. You're going to cause a depression. Well, we're going to talk about the Great Depression. But my former colleague, deceased, but a brilliant man, Milton Friedman, pointed out in print and in lectures, I must have heard him say this 4 or 5 times in person, that tariffs they were a minor factor in the Great Depression. Most of it was monetary policy, too few dollars. There wasn't enough money, and people were hoarding money, etc. But his other point was it was wild speculation in Wall Street. So my point is that the more Wall Street lectures us about depressions and tariffs cause depression, I want to say to them, no, you did. You caused depressions because you had wild stock swings. Does anybody believe some of these stocks that are being offered to the public are actually worth that? If you look at the actual earnings of companies and you look at their stock valuation, they're way off. So they are just headed toward a reconciliation, a reckoning. It's not the tariffs that are going to cause it, and it didn't cause it the Great Depression. The other thing is, what I don't understand, maybe you can answer the question, Sammy, is simply this. Why is the world not angry at the people who started the tariffs and have asymmetrical, but they're angry at the target that is finally replying? The other thing is that I don't understand, is the word tariff even appropriate? So I'll give you an example. If Europe has a 10%, 8% tariff on cars, and we say we're going to do the same thing, is it a tariff, or is it just, are we just doing what you do? What I'm getting at is tariffs classically as defined, and we're going back to the Smoot-Hartley Act, they were 40 and 50%, and they were unilaterally on the United States to protect industry after the 1930, after the stock market crash. These aren't unilateral, preemptive, provocative tariff. They are a reaction, and they're reciprocal. So I don't even know what they're saying. It's like we're on autopilot. We just say, we don't believe in tariffs, but all we're going to do is whatever tariffs you have, it's going to mirror image you. So it's your tariff. So Canada, if you have a 258% tariff on American butter, it's autopilot.
I mean, he makes everything he's saying makes perfect sense, right?
That's how I see it, just in a commonsensical kind of way.
Yeah, why is it?
I want to add another factor.
Please.
I think that it would be, first of all, I would do everything I could to empower, enrich, and protect the United States. And I would see global trade as an important part of that. And I would balance that against doing everything I could to make sure that China either didn't get richer on my dime or had a regime change.
Oh, is it when you say a regime change, do you mean a complete cultural revolution? Like, is it going to get better with a regime change? My concern is when you say regime change, it's only going to get worse, or is it just to destabilize them?
I can't imagine that possible.
It's that bad.
I think that the thing is fully sentient and at war with us, and we just haven't figured it out yet. But others have. Gordon Chang, I think it is.
Yeah.
You know, from the fentanyl to the building new islands in the South China Sea,
Panama, the border.
They've bought all the independent grocery stores in Central America.
Wow. Basically, I think that the trade is so out of whack with China. It was something like, these are just the rough numbers, but we buy $1 trillion worth of goods from them, and they only buy 200 billion from us. And so people are, the conventional wisdom is, hey, when we stop buying from them, they're fucked. They basically have massive stockpiles of shit that they can't sell to anyone else, and then their unemployment's going to skyrocket because they're going to have to start laying people off.
In other words, the 60% of the shit that Amazon offers, it comes from China. The stuff that I buy all the time,
Yeah,
is the thing that's enriching them, and so I don't know what form that would take, but I wish there was an easy button to look at the choices of things so that I could pick one that came from somewhere else, maybe. But I don't think. I think that as good Americans, we should be concerned about enriching them further. But I also think in a all-out war, don't mean that literally, in a trade war, in the big trade war, it might be healthy for me to do without Chinese shit. See, I'd have to sacrifice all the crap I buy, things like this fucking thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mike
What
McCaskey.
happens in my life if I don't buy my kids garbage from China?
Mike McCaskey has some different numbers. Still bad. 150 billion we send to them. They purchase from us. 500 billion we purchase from them. Hey, so just like, do you remember how Amazon? I don't know if they still do it, but they used to be on their homepage. If you wanted to buy from just black sellers, like people with black skin, melanated skin, they had those sellers, like, so you could support people by the color of their skin. You're saying that maybe they should have a button you push and like it only allows you to it only lists American products.
I'd make it subtler than that. There ought to be in the description of products' origins, right after the weight, the dimensions, the technical specs that's for almost every item on Amazon.
Yeah. I wonder if you go to Amazon and you just type in American made in the search.
It's probably a brand.
I know. Yeah. It's just subjects on the topic of American made. It's all books. Greatest American authors, U.S. national parks, the Great American Word Search, and shit like that. The Great American Women Word Search. Oh, they got Michelle Obama and Kamala on the cover of that book.
Hey, this is out. Sweet and Deadly.
Yeah. I tried to buy the Kindle version through my app on the Amazon store, and you can't buy the Kindle version through the app. I needed to get to a computer to do it. I wonder if I can do that right now. Yeah, I hear you're mentioned in the book.
It's I'm CrossFit and me by name are kind of heroes in the story.
Oh, what's it say?
I haven't read much of it. I'm just being sent stuff,
Yeah. Are you going to read the whole book?
Yeah. That'll probably happen accidentally. I think I'm going to bring it on the plane today, and that might be enough to down it.
Is he in trouble for he's in New York, he's a Washington Post reporter?
Yeah.
Is he going to be in trouble for writing this?
He has no idea what comes next. He didn't. It's funny the parts he didn't understand too. I mean, not that he understand. He just had he talked to me, I could have given him a little more insight on some things. But it's all good. It's all good. I don't think CrossFit's going to enjoy this one little bit.
Because what's it say?
Well, it kind of points them as a mortal enemy of Coca-Cola, and I don't think anyone needs that in their. Hey, my buddies in venture capital, one close friend that played a pivotal role in CrossFit's life, said that they didn't see CrossFit as a suitable holding in a venture capital portfolio, which is another way of saying that Costco doesn't want to buy the Hells Angels.
Right.
They don't have control of the affiliates, and so one bad idea after another, and it's just been a parade of shitty ideas. The affiliates said, I don't think so, and there's nothing you can do.
Well, I have a couple.
How about we do this? and the few that participate, they get the firsthand experience with what a shitty idea it was. I don't know how you fucking do it. You know, I had my bright and shiny objects that I resisted, and everyone knew what they were: dumbbells, jump rope, the CrossFit credit card, CrossFit aid, in dispensers, everything, you know, take best control of the shirts, the whole thing. Everything was no. Now, I don't think you can, I think you have to start over once you start saying yes to all those things. I think everyone that came under the old rules would have nothing to do with the new rules. But I'm just telling you how I'd be.
It is a weird thing to purchase, right? Because if you purchase the M&M factory, the M&Ms can never walk away.
Yeah, dude, you can't invite people to a pickleball tournament and turn it into jiu-jitsu by surprise.
And so when you purchase CrossFit, you're buying something that can leave. It's like you buy an ant farm from someone, but there's no lid on it. At any time, the ants can leave. And so it's a really weird product to sell. You know, Souza did a show the other day, and he played out 3 different scenarios. And he said, hey, what would happen if the affiliates got together and said, hey, we're not going to pay our affiliate fees, but we're all going to keep the name. Fuck you. Like, you got a problem. That's not manageable by anyone. There's nothing. The mothership could do nothing. Another interesting thing, Greg, is they buy this company and then they want to sell it for $1 billion. That was the number I heard that originally they wanted to sell it from. But if there's 10,000 affiliates, that means each affiliate would be worth $100,000 to you. Well, anyone could purchase all the affiliates for $50,000 each. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I reached out to all 1,000 affiliates and was like, hey, I'll give you $50,000 to change your name to SevonFit, I bet you I get 9,999 of
them. Unorganized and spontaneous revolt where you have people saying, we CrossFit still, we just aren't allied with the trademark owner, you know?
Right.
That would be tantamount to a genericization of the brand. You're turning it into Kleenex, you know?
Yeah.
And about that, nothing could be done. But I don't know.
When you were running the company, did you think about that?
Listen, I'm in a great position to not care. And if I were an affiliate, I would also not care.
I explained that I mean, I understand why you don't care. You have your own. You're a teacher now of 5 kids. But what if you're an affiliate? Why would you not care? Because you're just putting your head down and going to work every day and changing the world.
Yeah, the magic's between me and the people that are paying my bills, that I'm transforming, that I look at and love, and they call them my friends and their family in some cases, and we hang out together. You know, I went on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday bike ride at 6 a.m. with clients. That was actually kind of a class. There were 15 or 20 of us. Eva T was in there. 6 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, year round in Santa Cruz. That's gnarly. That's a lot of wet weather. That's a lot of cold. We saw a lot of ice, but it was cool and it was social. Every Sunday we went up Main Street or Nicene Marks and then raced back down and ate Mexican food in the ditch near the water. And what I would expect from the mothership, I mean, you've heard this like a broken record. You could probably name it, right? I started to look to those things like, I don't need your inputs on training anymore. There's no one at HQ that's gonna, oh wow, is that how you do that? I'll be damned. I'm as likely to find a new cue for a movement or get some insights into something from my cohort of friends and members or the internet as I am from up top. And so I told you we had a relevancy issue. And my answer to that was what? What do we do to be relevant? What are those things that we can do for the affiliates that they're not going to do for themselves? defensive and offensive litigation, defense against legislation, continuing ed that's supporting of the method that is what we call this education and validation of the methodology. Put stuff up so useful that you print it up and give it to your people in the morning. Do that research. Be that useful.
I wonder how many affiliates do that. Regularly hand out a a 1-page little, some sort of.
Rarely, you say?
I don't know but I've never heard of an affiliate who does that besides you, but I'm sure some do.
I did it all the time, and it was no time at all. And people are bragging that they've been loading these binders for years now. You think I'm going to work all month on the journal and print it up and not give it to the assholes coming in the morning? Many people had every single one of the CrossFit Journal articles with holes punched in it in a binder.
When you sold CrossFit, did it have it?
So I'm gone. That doesn't change the relevancy issue. And so I only found a limited number of things I could do to be relevant. And the new owner's like, we're not going to do any of that shit. And so my suspicion is that would render you irrelevant. And I don't know what anyone's enthusiasm is for mailing $3,000, $4,500 off it. So for what? And if you're so shaky that you think that if it's not called CrossFit, you can't stay in business, you're weak-minded. If you find advantage to calling it that, to flying the name, then good on you. I think that's cool. Were me, outside of legislation, defensively, a defense against legislation, offensive litigation, and even if it's retaliatory and maybe in some sense defensive, and we all got famous instances of this. Occupational licensure, slapped that shit down, made the Wall Street Journal. CrossFit undid a licensure bill that's only happened 6 times in history. 4 of those got reversed eventually. This will too. If you don't fight the licensure, you're going to get it shoved up your ass. Kane said it would take 5 years after my ouster.
Is it looming again?
I would assume so, but here's the cool thing. Nobody gives a fuck. So, okay, fine. Get licensed.
And license means...
And it's in here, me pointing out that the motivation in how is it that Coca-Cola shows up with 2 big feet in exercise as medicine, gets it baked into the Affordable Care Act, and their primary goal is licensure and control of trainer education. Why? It's in the book. It's a cool scene. He's got me at the whiteboard explaining why.
And why?
It's to silence. We sent Russ and Russ. We sent the Russes to the exercises medicine seminar, and it was 2 days of boredom. And at the end, I go, you haven't said anything about nutrition. You're very astute of you, young man. And the reason for that is trainers don't talk about nutrition. Here's what you can do. You can pull anything off of USDA or NIH or any of the guidelines, and you can hand those out. But you're not a dietitian. We knew that going there, Sevi. Coca-Cola is not trying to make people fitter. They don't have visions of you jumping rope the diabetes away.
What they'd rather see is they'd rather take away the power through legislation for trainers to be able to talk about nutrition.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what else they'd like to see. They'd like to make damn sure that no one figures out that cancer is a metabolic disease. Because the jig's up on them about 10 minutes after that happens. It's just like this. You look at the nuclear transferase experiments, and you look at them and you look at them and you look at them, and we're going from both directions, and you come to see, well, fuck, it's not genetic, and the mitochondrial transfer kind of shows that it is it is metabolic, or at least of mitochondrial origins. It's the same thing as saying metabolic.
Will you explain the transfer experiment so people know what you're talking about? Will you explain the transfer experiment so people know with the rats?
Yeah, they took cancerous cells, took oncocells, and put their nucleus into embryonic cells, and you get healthy rats. But if you transfer the mitochondria, it's a disaster.
So you take the nucleus out of cancer.
You take a solid tumor and you start looking at the cells, and a whole bunch of them have normal genetic normal nucleus. The problem is that the reality is that the genetic damage where it's present is downstream, and we can even affect the same genetic damage by punishing the mitochondria. You just can't look at that honestly. And Dale and I were talking the other day. I've been waiting for 10 years now for someone to explain this away. You don't just move past that. You don't just move past it. It's as compelling a logical evidence for it being metabolic as anything could be. And then the more you work that paradigm, the more consistent it is with everything else. But my point is that, and that's a simple thing. You can, if you, without even having to get into Seyfried's Cancer as a Metabolic Disease, you can get the Christofferson book. What's it called? Travis Christofferson.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah. But once you accept or recognize, come to see, understand that it is a metabolic disease.
Tripping over the truth.
Once you get to that point, it's kind of like high resolution on sugar.
Really quick, two really easy books to read and listen to that will change your life is David Boaz's Libertarianism and this Travis Christofferson, Tripping Over the Truth. If you want two books, like you're like, hey, I want to read something that'll change my life, those are the two books. Both those books Greg gave me, and they altered my thinking incredibly. Okay, go on. Sorry, Greg.
No, so you go, okay, it's the problem most clearly seems to have its origins in the mitochondria. And what do we know about the mitochondria? And we know a whole lot about it, and we know a whole lot about sugar's impact on it too, effect on it.
Eaton Beaver, good morning, Coach.
Eaton.
Greg, going back to the CrossFit thing, when you sold CrossFit, did it have any assets?
$16 million in the fucking bank.
But no buildings and it probably still doesn't, right?
Some of it, like I got stuff. I took the airplanes. I took the artwork. The other side wasn't even smart enough to understand the value of the artwork, what had happened to that. We outpaced the stock market with our art holdings, which is always something to grin about.
Yeah.
I got the building, the Prescott building, commercial building, Lakeside Village, where the company kept its finance center as a renter to me. What else?
And you kept that. I remember when you bought that. So you kept that.
Yeah.
So they basically got the idea of the games, the level 1 stuff, and the contracts with the affiliates.
It kind of reminds me of when, like, a Chinese company buys RCA or Kenmore.
It's more just to knock them out?
No. The company's defunct, but someone still owns the name. And so the name sells on the cheap to Chinese who are making RCA Victor record players. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting that they announced that they're selling again. It does. There are so many rumblings that it's very, very close. I'm definitely enjoying watching the story unfold. And still no one's contacted you?
It would be easier without the current affiliates.
Say that again?
I think it'd be easier with a new cast of characters.
Mm.
And I think they need to distance themselves from the legacy that I left.
Oh, really? You wouldn't lean into it more?
What, the sugar thing?
Yeah.
Dude, you're not hearing me. That's not possible.
Why were you doing it?
Because I was leading a movement that I structured in a manner that was a sustainable, therefore effective effort, and that's kind of in other realms that sustainability is known as profit. Is you can only keep doing things that you can afford to keep doing, right? And so we ran the thing the way we did that allowed us to do the things we did.
So are you saying that the new owner should run it more like F45 or curves?
What was my response to occupational licensure? The soda tour.
Yeah. So you're saying that they should go the other way? They should maybe try to franchise it or turn it into just strictly a business like a Curves or an F45, or just turn it into
Yeah, I think they need to compete with Marky Mark. If I like just from that perspective, from the VC perspective,
mm-hmm.
I think there needs to be a CrossFit jump rope, barbells, plyo boxes.
What about turning into a franchise?
Well, for sure. And you know what? As soon as you use your venture capital to compete with Bill, you require that your franchises and affiliates, until you get to that, you require them to use CrossFit branded material that you could in fact twist Bill's arm to produce for you and put your name on it. But you get all that rolling, and when you're done, you kind of got the Krispy Kreme thing, where you've got this, what you're buying is this multi-million-dollar donut making machine. I don't know if the structure is you lease that thing or you're buying it, but there's the paybacks are huge.
And the reason why you don't say stay the course is because you're saying that was your project and your vision, and it's like
I turned down financial opportunities all the time because I thought they would be wholly destructive of the community, and I'd end up running something I didn't want to run and owning something I didn't enjoy owning.
Right.
And that would be a pill making, jump rope making. We were good at it. There was a thing we were good at, and we were so good at it, we were better than anyone else in the world. Just talking about, we're talking decorating the gym here. I have a 40-pound bag of challenge coins. Didn't ask for one of them. 40-pound bag. I don't think the Secretary of Defense has that after 8 years.
What's a challenge bag of coin? You mean like coins that say like U.S. Air Force on them, stuff people have given you over the years?
Yeah, the units make challenge coins. I still get them. Someone was just asking about that yesterday.
What is that? What is that term, a challenge coin?
And you put it in your hand and you shake and take it, and there's something about you owe a beer and you give yours back, or I don't know. I've had it explained to me a lot. It's an honor to have all those, though. But they came pouring in from everywhere we went. I'd come home with a pound or two of them at the games.
They're gifts for presentation at awards and ceremonies, club memberships, or employee jobs well done. Oh, yeah. At the end of the year, they give, I think, every games, they give all the volunteers a challenge coin. It says like 2021 CrossFit Games, and then it's a commemorative piece.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get one at some moment. We'll take a commercial break, and I'll run and go get some that were sitting downstairs.
Okay.
But
I see.
yeah.
Like they probably give the SEALs one of those when they graduate.
Something we were good at. It provided me the opportunity to travel the world and work with some absolutely amazing human beings. Amazing human beings. You know, I mean, look at just even from areas where I don't, you know, I mean, we made rock and roll friends, right?
Right. But Greg, I want to see if I understand what you're saying. What you're saying is that you were running this. You didn't call it a business. You were running this movement. You called it a movement. You were leading a movement, and that you know, you were prophesizing something in a small gym in Santa Cruz. People started listening. The internet comes along, and you start running this movement and using technology to.
And then SOTA comes after us with licensure and through the NSCA and the ACSM both. And I say SOTA because now that we get our hands on their financials, they can't keep the lights on without their platinum and gold sponsor.
And then then now no one else can. And now no one else. You're suggesting that really, since it's no one else's passion, like it was your passion, it probably can't be continued. It was your vision and your passion, and it can't be continued. With the status quo.
Do you know after Murray Carpenter wrote the Washington Post piece saying that I was, and someone quoted Gary Taubes as saying that I'm the only person fighting Coca-Cola and winning. After that press, I never heard anything positive said about me in media ever again. Now, I didn't get a lot of that anyways. The New York Times always didn't like us.
Right.
But I fully believe that the style section of the New York Times is completely for sale.
Right.
I think every single article written in the style section is scripted and paid for.
I suspect everything in the New York Times is for sale.
Yeah, but I think that the people in the style section aren't as stupid as the ones in the other section. I think the smartest of the newspaper sits there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it conducts all kinds of hacks for industry like SOTA. That's what I think. That's what it looks like to me. I know when they have a story on a beautiful home for sale somewhere, there's a realtor that's involved with that and the interface with them, and there's an exchange. A favorably reviewed restaurant, I'm going to call bullshit if you tell me that it was on the merits of taste alone. They just don't. The sales on CrossFit were amazing, both in the accusations that were they were preparing to write a story that had me looking like what P. Diddy's been accused of. And once Yeshua to do it, we were ready to go, man. I had Latham Watkins was gonna hit the publisher up when they unlocked the doors in the morning, whatever the deal was. We were ready. At 3 a.m., they sent an email to me telling me that they've decided not to run the story, and they wanted to congratulate me for my recognition of their commitment to integrity of journalism, which they had taught me the exact opposite of. It was like a kind of a letter you get from the mob. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The CIA has commented. CIA Public Affairs Office. We have exclusive rights to the New York Times front page, domestic politics and international affairs. I've heard stuff like that.
If all I read was the New York Times, mm-hmm. I could tell you what the National Review angle will be. I can listen to liberals talk that shit they talk,
Mm-hmm.
and I can glean the truth from the shit they rattle. They can't take any meaning from it. It's just shit they say.
Yeah.
But from the shit they say, I can tell what truth is. And they'll never get close to the truth, and they don't even understand the shit they say.
Right. And Greg, you're not interested in that's not like you said, you've gone upstream. You're not interested in running that movement anymore. Like if someone were to
No,
if someone
think,
said, "Will you buy CrossFit back for $50? We'll sell it back to you." You're not interested.
no.
And what happened to you? Were you already done running that?
I was thinking about this yesterday and thought, I wondered if it could ever come up. But that was more of a pop experience than I really like. Being identified in restaurants that's not an enjoyable thing for me. And Rodney Mullen talked about his removable fame, that he's a stud at the skate park, but he goes 5 miles away from it and he's nobody.
Right.
And that was a blessing, and I fully understand that. But even so, even the as few CrossFitters as there are, what it's like. It's an odd thing to lose the anonymity. You get good at seeing people look at you, tap someone at the table, that person looks at you, then someone else taps, they look at you, now everyone's on the phone and they're passing the picture around and staring. And we've watched it. In my current space is a kind of where my current interests are, that's not going to happen. There were a lot of people that came around in the CrossFit world that were probably more like Taylor Swift fans than I needed.
Right.
I mean, I remember what's her name? The hot Perez?
Jackie
Perez. And we're friends. This is nothing anti-Jackie, but on meeting her, she stood in line to take a picture with me. And then Maxine goes, "Who is that guy?" And she just saw people in line getting pictures taken with me, so she did too. That's a weird thing.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. And as I know you, you are not a pop culture guy. Like, I mean, I know you know about it, but you're not. You I think maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but you think that's where the stupid people kind of huddle.
Oh, indeed. And I'd like to have there's Maggie's Uncle Sylvan and Aunt Rosemary produced the 3 kids that play piano and sing and are scholarship athletes in golf, surf, and volleyball. And they end up as computer scientists, head of the Alexandria's a head of classical studies at Loyola Marymount. She's like a 30-year-old department chair.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. and they all got married young, and are having kids. Married remarkable human beings and loved their moms and dads and have never given any sign of any kind of trouble. It's surreal. And this is growing up in Laguna Beach, where not all the neighbor kids came out so good.
Yeah. So
I'm bringing you a box of math books today. I got you the array set.
Oh, that's the one from 18.
Yeah, 1837. From 1837 to 1937, it's kind of what the Western world used. Certainly, it was almost exclusive in the U.S.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you excited to see your nets too?
Very.
What's the guy's name? What?
TreeNet Willie.
TreeNet Willie. That's right. Yeah, I'm excited to see him too. TreeNet Willie's
he's doing a job for Steph Curry, inspired by mine from, I guess, the TV show or something. and he's going to come back and do more.
Yeah, I had heard when I was there at the house, he mentioned that he had just come back from Steph Curry's house. I asked the guy, "Is this the only job you've ever had?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's been doing this since he's been 15." If I can find a oh, he's got a
I'll show you something.
He's got like a whole week.
Like we're saying, everyone's out here with extra hours.
Look at this. Mark.
I just want to see the nets. It's really cool. He's made like a tree house. When I went down there, I mean, I think it was only 20% done, but he weaved a tree house.
Check this out, Sevi.
You sent me a link.
I sent you a video. So my situation, I made a very, very comfortable living teaching the world how to move, how to exercise, and how to eat. And the best of that for me, and staying true to the education, validation, legislation, and litigation front, put us squarely at odds with soda. And I enjoyed that as much as anything else.
Yep.
And
the fight.
Yep. Fighting the good fight. And there's no discussion I'm having that the affiliates not having with their membership. Someone comes in with a fucking liter bottle of Coca-Cola, there needs to have a discussion with them and everyone for a few minutes, you know?
Yep.
And you're in that game. You're in that business if you're any good. You're in that business if you are any good at all. And so it was a fun thing to take the lead on, but they started it, by the way. They started it. And so what happened was, through whatever mechanisms, I have to sell. And I said I was very comfortable before. Well, now I'm filthy fucking rich.
That's
and the
cool.
part I liked
Congratulations.
before, the part I liked before, I still like. I'm still in fact,
right.
In fact, I'm going to double down. I think sugar causes cancer.
Right.
That's what I think. I'd like to have the discussion. I'd love to be talked out of it. It's funny, you can find all day long agency after agency, organization after organization explain that it's a myth, but you can't find anywhere anyone saying it. And no one is describing the myth. No one tells you what's wrong in the thinking that it does. It's pretty funny. It's just important that you know that sugar does not cause cancer. I think it does. I think it does.
Do people say that? Do people say sugar does not?
I asked Maggie, if you heard that, she was only from you.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
But they don't.
My friends won't say it. I don't. You know, the people that I think know it and think it too. You get some, you know, the literature on it's fucking amazing. I mean, I can easily get sugar causes metabolic syndrome, and I can get metabolic syndrome causes cancer, and then it causes obesity, and there's tons of literature on the risk on obesity being the largest risk factor of all for cancer. All right, but I got some studies now that are saying, hey, there's a risk factor independent of obesity from metabolic syndrome for cancer, and here's the mechanisms. And you know, we're everything but saying it. It's good. Keep looking at it.
But no one's saying the opposite, right? There's no one saying that sugar doesn't cause cancer.
Yeah, yes, they are. If you put sugar and cancer into Google, the return is a world of material describing the myth. But the problem is, for something to be a myth, I think someone would have to believe it. How's it an important myth if no one's saying it? I'll give you a myth. Rent control's good for low-income people. That's a myth. I'll give you another one. Dietary fat causes obesity. There's another myth. Russian collusion. That was a myth.
God, that one's so bad.
It's Hall of Fame political shenanigan.
Yeah, it's brutal. I really don't know how he survived that.
The Clintons. That's some world-class kind of power there.
Matt Burns, 5 buckets of death. Yeah, that was amazing. That is amazing. A lot of
In MetFix, that's the part I'm interested in. That's what I'm about.
the 5 buckets of death.
The science for me, I'm the specialist within the effort. And me, it's the broken science. What manner of shit science produces this kind of work? You can't purchase, you can't fake your way to the moon. I guess there's people that think that happened though. I need a better example. I know the realities of that because my father was a 22-year-old signature to the contract for a surveyor, and Hughes sent 5 or 6 things to the moon. And it was I remember my father's contributions to that too, as told to me by others. And they took the where they intended to land as 00 in their 000 in their coordinate system, and worked the math out to, if you shot from the moon and wanted to land at what's going to be your takeoff spot, that math was much simpler than looking at the takeoff spot and calculating for the moon, because the Earth is a geosynchronous satellite of the moon. From the moon, you look up, and the Earth's always in the same spot.
I just Googled, can you see the American flag on the moon? And AI responded, no, you cannot see the American flag or other small objects left on the moon by the Apollo astronauts from Earth. Even the most powerful telescopes, because they are too small and too far away.
They went and brought back some surveyor stuff.
Oh, what do you mean, like rocks and shit?
No. Like pieces of the equipment.
Oh, you mean on a second flight to the moon, they went and they retrieved shit?
One of the moonwalks involved collecting some surveyor equipment.
That does sound suspicious that you can't see the flag on the moon. You'd think that you could see that.
From where? How?
From I don't know, from my front yard.
That's funny.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Just like you're gonna see your dog flying overhead in a passenger jet.
Sevon's taller than Colton Mertens. That's a myth. Maybe. I used the 5 buckets of death to teach the Air Force kids I was teaching why there won't be a cure to cancer when we have to fund obesity research. So many people are using the 5 buckets of death now.
Yeah, and Jack, the story is the obesity and the cancer have the same underlying cause. Look, you can get there. It's all metabolic syndrome, and then you let people figure out what causes that on their own. Is it bacon?
Greg, did you see any of Feynman's lectures at Hughes? His cargo cult science lecture seems to be the seeds of BSI.
No, but I knew of the series in real time, and it'd be Kevin. Let's talk privately about that sometime.
Cargo cult, in a lecture context, particularly when referring to Richard Feynman, describes a situation where people superficially mimic actions or rituals without understanding the underlying principles or reasons, often leading to ineffective or nonsensical outcomes. Didn't we have a Feynman who was hanging out for a while?
Someone I love and admire in the physics and probability space talked about a Feynman story, because that's like a Feynman story. So what's a Feynman story? And a Feynman story is a story that Feynman would tell. And his contention was they were mostly this way, where it turns out everyone's an idiot except for Feynman.
I do. For anyone who doesn't know, let me just show you a quick.
We were talking. Dale and I were talking yesterday about theoretical physics. Yeah.
This is the original 5 Buckets of Death lecture that happened at HQ, with artwork done by.
Yeah, it wasn't. This was late in that series. This had traveled to a bunch of medical schools by this point. This is in 2020.
Okay, so this wasn't the original. This was This was like one of the final versions.
Yeah.
Where you had Eric
pre-draw, so I could do the reveal in the sliding board.
Yeah, this was so cool. Okay, sorry. Were you going to say something about more about Feynman?
No,
no. Okay.
I already said too much there.
Okay. Wasn't there a Feynman that hung out with us for a while? There was a different Feynman. Wasn't there you had a lecture around?
We hung out with Kerry Mullis, the PCR guy.
You knew him?
Yeah.
What year was that? You knew him before he died, right?
We brought him in on one of the dinners for the Jimmy Sports Series thing. He'd reached out. He and his wife were CrossFitting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep. And we got to hear the story about being high on LSD and working a commercial mixer at his fledgling bakery when he came up with the idea.
Did he end up getting murdered?
No, he died from COVID, or was killed because he said that PCR was an inappropriate tool, high cycled to, etc.
What was his name?
Kerry Mullins. PCR Nobel Prize winner.
He did win the Nobel Prize for that?
His Wikipedia biography is entertaining. He was a cool guy. He was a trip, man.
American biochemist, recognition on his role in the invention of the polymerase chain reaction, PCR technique.
Chain reaction, yeah.
He shared the 1993 Nobel Prize in Chemistry with Michael Smith and was awarded the Japan Prize in the same year. But he became like a villain during COVID. He went from hero to villain.
Yeah, I think he had problems with the AIDS virus too.
Yeah, he was not a fan of Dr. Fauci. He had a lot of negative things to say about. He basically said Dr. Fauci was inept and not qualified to speak on any of the topics he spoke about. Did that come up when you talked to him?
No, I kind of hadn't spoken to him in a while when COVID came out.
Oh, listen to this. After resigning from CETUS in 1986, Mullis served as director of molecular biology for Extronics Inc. in San Diego for 2 years. While inventing a UV-sensitive ink at Extronics, he became skeptical of the existence of the ozone hole. So he was calling bullshit on all the fucking propaganda.
My father had someone from UC Irvine tap him on the shoulder, and my father came away like the ozone hole thing's bullshit. And so when my dad and Carrie sat together at this picnic barbecue thing at the sporting event, remember the sports series?
Yep.
Yeah, well, Carrie came out with that with the missus, and he lived in that area. And he and my father started talking. They were going on for hours about this. But they both know the UC Irvine guy that's kind of been a whistleblower on the, you want to see a big bag of fraud?
We were supposed to die from the hole in the ozone layer. That just kind of went away. That left the news cycle.
There have been, I'm 68 years old. I don't know if that's old or not, but I have personal recollection of half a dozen or so widely touted death scenarios. And it was nuclear winter, and there's always something. It's like a cliche, common mental illness thing. The end is near meme, right? Or it's like, here, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Is it the dog in fire?
No. Did you look at the video I sent? Did that come out?
Yeah, I played it.
Okay.
With the netting. He had a treatment that was 100% effective against anthrax. The US government paid him $500,000 for it.
Look at this thing.
It's like a Jesus character.
Well, it's a bum. It's someone that's lost their mind. They're standing in the corner, stark raving mad.
Yeah, the end is near.
The end of life. But that's always. I think the Wikipedia article is doomsday cults. It's a thing. That's a thing. People like to do that.
Isn't that the entire left?
Yeah.
Like AOC, the world's going to end in 12 years.
Certainly on science.
The end is near. This is actually the beginning. What's funny is in this picture, the end is near. The lady holding this is just the beginning, should really be holding the end is near. They have the wrong signs for the stereotypes and judgments I hold against those particular aesthetics. The doomsday cult is a cult that believes in apocalypticism and millenarianism, including both those that predict disaster and those that attempt to destroy the entire universe. Susan was talking the other day about Napoleon's view, some psychology that Napoleon projected onto the world, that he believed that there were just two ways that men would act, or incentives that got men to to do something, and one was fear-based and the other was self-interest, and those were the only two characteristics or motivations for men to do stuff. And when I listened to CNN driving down from Ashland on Sirius XM, everything was fear-based. Like everything was fear-based. And I remember being a Democrat, and your whole basic the whole premise of the party is around hating other people. Jeffrey Birchfield, I love it when Sevon has to read a word that has more than 5 letters. Well, thank you. So the ozone layer is gone. What did your dad think about the ozone layer? He said it was the hole in the ozone layer.
Yeah, I don't remember the details, but it was more bullshit. And the person that contacted him was a well-known researcher in chemistry, kind of a prize of the department.
This is a good one. Greg, if you had to pick a religion to practice, what would it be?
Oh, I would be a Jew first, and then second would be Mormon.
Because you like the people, the cohort.
Yeah, and the outcome.
Melissa, what don't you like that Trump is doing? I'm just so curious what you don't like. What don't you like? Mike Sandone, I just read an article saying that the Biden administration concealed a report showing U.S. troops had COVID symptoms in Wuhan months before the pandemic was officially acknowledged.
Mike, I think I had it. I think I got it traveling around China the month we were there in 2018.
I remember that.
We came back, all of us sick, everybody.
Yep.
And Jeff Kane was sick for months.
That's right.
And we called it China syndrome, giggling. But I remember the shortness of breath and the headaches. And later, when I think I got COVID, official COVID, it was official because it didn't exist when I first got it. But the second time I had it, it was official now. And it was the same symptoms. Now, I'll be honest about this. I didn't get tested, and I don't think the tests work or are reliable. But the people that I got it from tested, and the people that I gave it to, they tested. And a lot of it was COVID. So, but it was oddly felt the same thing. And it wasn't, I've been sicker with strep. I've been sicker with influenza, and by far, for me personally, I never got that go fetal and not eat or drink for 48 hours, you know. I once with the flu sat outside on a swing for 2 days. I laid down in a curly ball on the swing. They put blankets on me. I mean, I thought it was dying. But
when I had the flu, I thought I was dying too. I remember I didn't even make it to bed that night. I just slept on the floor in my bedroom, and I told my wife to put as many blankets on me as she could and just keep water next to me.
Yep. Bones ache, shivering, miserable. But this wasn't that bad at all. But the distinctive was the headache and the shortness of breath. And on top of that, you kind of keep doing everything.
Do you remember in November of 2019, I think it was, something swept through the office at HQ also?
Yeah.
And just fucking ruined people. I don't know if that was what you brought back from China or what.
Pre-pandemic, Garth Taylor brought some jiu-jitsu guy. They got off the plane just rattling with a fever and shivering and sweating. And they rolled with him anyways. And Garth says we went to every jiu-jitsu school between San Diego and like Seattle.
He was from Wuhan, right? That guy?
Yeah. I think that was the story. Garth was worried they were going to come after him. But remember when Bhattacharya and Ioannidis did the seroprevalence testing, that a third of the people in Santa Clara had antibodies for the virus ahead of its arrival.
Hey, when I'm going back to the stock market, what I'm noticing is just this massive impatience by, like, people are like, oh my God, the stock market dropped and we've gone to the doomsday thing. How come the people can't just be like, yeah, this makes sense. This is going to take a couple months to play out. Everyone just chill. That's the mode I'm in. Hey, this could take even a year to play out. Like, everyone just relax. Is that where you're at?
Yeah. I couldn't be more invested.
And I know, you have some complicated and moving thoughts about Trump, but another part of me is like, he keeps saying this thing, no other U.S. president would ever do this.
I'm liking him more all the time.
And that resonates with me when he says that. No other president would do what he's doing. No other president would have the balls to do this great reset.
I think that's true.
They'd worry about getting reelected or being popular.
He doesn't even owe his party anything.
Right. I don't even see him as a Republican. I heard someone call him he's the founder of the Transformation Party. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Greg, what do you make of Trump's strategy? I understand protectionism, but did we have to do that?
I think that I believe in trade, free trade, and but I'm also when Marx said that capitalism would that when Marx said that the Marxists would hang the capitalists with rope they bought from them. I think it was. With rope, yeah. I think that's coming to play.
Do you see the oxymoron here? This doesn't even make sense. Protectionism is an economic policy where government implements measures to shield domestic industries from foreign competition. That's not what we're doing. Basically, if you see the tariffs that they put against our products as an attack, all we're doing is leveling the playing field. I think that there's a nuance there that makes it so we're not doing protectionism.
Yeah. In fact, I take the Victor Davis Hanson point. If we make our tariffs exactly what you make ours, then there's your no tariff state.
Yeah, and I don't think that's protectionism. Protectionism is policies that restrict international trade to protect domestic industries, often through measures like tariff quotas and subsidies. They were doing protectionism, and we're trying to get rid of it by balancing the algebraic equation. We're just. They have 10 pounds on their side of the scale. We're throwing 10 pounds on ours. And if we're the greatest consumer of their goods, they should be concerned.
Our loss of manufacturing and the industry that's gone overseas leaves an enormous underclass with fewer options. And all you liberals that think that these car assembly jobs turn into that these people get converted to computer scientists, you're nuts.
Say that again.
You don't. We're not losing car jobs, and it's going to more rewarding futures. It's not like we have an advancing economy where we're not going to assemble anything, not going to build anything. Everyone just works for Google or Apple.
Did you see the Crockett lady? She got up yesterday or 2 days ago, and she said she's speaking to a huge crowd of black people, and she's basically explaining why we need illegal immigrants. She's like, we will never go back to the fields to pick cotton. We will never take those jobs. as why we should be bringing in illegals.
Yeah, it wasn't a job. That was slavery.
Melissa, I believe in free trade too, but the consequences of what he is doing goes beyond refinancing the American debt, which is what he wants to do by increasing rates. What do you mean it goes beyond?
I don't think so. I think you have that wrong. I don't think he or I or any conservative has expectation of these remaining in place. I think this is a strategy for a reduction in tariffs across the board, and I think it's the only one that's going to work. If you say, hey, let's, if someone's standing there hitting you in the face and you say, hey, why don't we stop this? It's not good for both of us. It won't resonate. But if you're hitting them back and then you suggest we stop, then you might get a chance. They'd be stupid to reduce their tariffs. All of a sudden, they're stupid not to. You see how that works?
Because if they don't, we stop buying their product.
When I tell the kids, if you do that again, you're going to go to your room. The goal is not to get them into the room. Idiots. It's to get them to stop doing the thing that I'm going to send them to the room for.
iPhone will be $1,700 now. My last iPhone.
We ought to put a 400% tax on anything made by slaves.
My most recent iPhone was already $1,659.
Now it'll be twice that. Good. Don't get it. How about what would happen if we didn't have our fucking iPhones?
I wonder how long. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm going to be frank. I'm completely enjoying it.
What came up the other day is the retributive firings of anyone that could be associated with me, either by someone I hung out with, sat next to on the airplane, or shared the last name. We were talking about what happened to the IQ of the company on the departure of.
Oh. You know what they did?
If you'd given everyone an IQ test and then taken the top 10% and got rid of them all, you'd end up at the same point.
And the crazy part is
Dave's accepted, and the L1 staff, because they're not at all irksome. The mothership's unaware of their existence. They don't know who they are.
And the one that the propaganda was the propaganda about the sex cult and all that stuff. The irony there is they. How can I say this?
Allison said, "You
They
guys
didn't
need to do that." I'm like, "Thanks, Allison."
They didn't.
That was Lynn Pitt's defense is, well, I never saw him do that. Like, thanks, honey.
Well,
that's from a friend.
I'm trying to think of the diplomatic way to say this. It would be like if someone had cancer and they cut the whole body out, a body away from the cancer, and they left the cancer. That was kind of that. As sad as it is and how it's played out, that was my favorite part. That they got rid of everyone except who they were supposed to get rid of, and then they paid dearly for that. The chaos that ensued.
Well, I tell you, I'm really tickled. This I hope Murray Carpenter's book does well, and I like identifying CrossFit as an early and significant force against the realities of soda.
Did he interview anyone who currently works there for the book? Like, did he interview Don? Don's like, no, we're not against sugar anymore.
I don't think there's anything like that. Only because someone would have shown me.
Hey Greg, I wanted to ask Seafried this, but do you think genes can increase the likelihood of cancer, something like BRCA, etc., or is it all metabolic independent of genes inherited?
Here's the thing, Logan. Let me give the example of alcoholism. It's been suggested there's an alcoholic gene, and so, well, I think it might be. What really matters is about your genotype. You can do nothing, but we might have enormous sway on its expression. And so I firmly believe that Black people and brown people suffer diabetes disproportionate to whites at the same load, at the same intake. Just a sense I have. The pervasiveness of diabetes in the brown community, it's so much greater than in the white community, and it doesn't look to me like the people in Compton are eating more sugar than the people in Alabama, Black and white. So you go into the grocery store in Alabama, and the white people and the Black people have the same horrible shit in their carts. But the diabetes rate, I think, is higher in the darker people. That's just my sense of things. But what do we care if we don't eat the sugar? And so, not everyone's going to poison at the same rate.
Okay. Dave and I have talked about this at length too. So basically, in a nutshell, you're saying is if you take a Black dude, a white dude, and a brown dude, and they drink 3 cans of Coke every single day for 10 years, you suspect that at year 5, fucking the black guy gets it. At year 6, the brown guy gets it, and at year 7, the white guy gets diabetes. That's the genetic component.
Yeah, and the American Indian might even be ahead of them.
Right. Okay.
Okay, that's just that,
Yeah.
And if someone says, "Look, it's not true," I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's not true." You know what? It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
But either way, they're all going to get it if you
Like
keep down that
continuous
path.
glucose monitoring. I'm gonna plug something in to tell me you just drank a Coke. The fuck? It's the worst kind of wearable.
I got one of those the other day, and I wore it. It was supposed to last 15 days. The sticker it stopped working in 2 days. I was bummed. It cost $50 for the sensor. 2 days.
I don't need a thing on my wrist that counts my pull-ups. I don't need a thing plugged in my arm to tell me that fucking 1 pound tub of frozen yogurt you just had is sending your blood sugar. I mean, it's
Yeah, sugar is racist. Yes. Yep. You understood that perfectly. Biotech. What do you think about this story? Biotech company says it has bred 3 pups with traits of the
I read
extinct
that.
dire wolf.
Now, the traits, they looked at the difference between it and the gray wolf from some DNA they restored from I don't know what the hell kind of material it was, from remains. It wasn't fossilized. And they've done it. That's a dire wolf. It's not got the traits. So one of the traits it has is the genetic traits. Same genome.
So is it a dire wolf or is it not?
It is. I mean, my assumption is they said they made 20 edits. I'm assuming that accounts for all of the differences.
It's all very misleading. Vincent Lynch, a professor of biological sciences at the University of Buffalo, told NPR in an emailed statement. It is
Okay,
not.
I stand corrected. I wondered that, but it was represented to me otherwise. So
it is not a dire wolf. It's a gray wolf clone with some mutations that make it superficially resemble a dire wolf.
Okay.
By the way,
easier. That would be easier.
By the way, I hadn't read this before. I wasn't doing gotcha with you. Colossal says it.
You probably could have done that in a breeding program too. Breed for the big head. They have a 4-foot long body.
Either way, they're cute as shit. They used a 13,000-year-old tooth found in Ohio and a 72,000-year-old inner ear bone found in Idaho. Colossal scientists made 20 edits to the gray wolf genome, including 15 edits in 14 genes that were the exact extinct variants.
Hey, Sevmo, I got to run. We're doing a 10 o'clock takeoff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Can you come get me?
Yeah. Tell me when and I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll go to your house. Do you have a car at your house you want me to come get you in?
Yeah, probably the big white truck, the 6-seater. I'm gonna have Rhett Riley and Mike with me.
Okay. I'm gonna text Mark.
Or I can get Mark to do it too.
Okay. I have a guy coming to repair my gate at 9 a.m. and I think I'm pretty good after that. I'll call you when the show's over.
We wouldn't be there before noon.
Okay. I'll call you when the show's over.
Maybe we go to Cilantro's on the way to the house.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat. You're coming.
Good. All right. Bye,
all right,
everybody. Love you. Thanks all.
Okay, love you too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. There we go. Another great show with Greg Glassman. Yes, cilantro is Venezuelan food. Yeah, correct. Yes. I don't know. I don't eat the food. I just drink the beverages. I was someone was sending me a bunch of clips on Instagram yesterday, and it was a montage of Trump dogging electric cars and then supporting Elon Musk and supporting Tesla, and they were saying, God, what a fucking hypocrite. And It's such a mischaracterization. It's the same thing with the vaccines. They did it with the vaccines too. I see a couple of you fucking retards in the comments do it too. He keeps talking about how he did Operation Warp Speed and he's just as bad as Biden. And you're so misunderstanding the freedom piece. He doesn't care whether you buy a gas or electric car. It's the law. It's the law. You know, we have a law in California now that you can't buy a motorhome. We have a motorhome law. 11 states have it now. It's not that Trump's against or for electric cars. It's that, hey, dude, you can do what you want. I'm going to make it so you can buy whatever you want. It's not whether it's not whether vaccines are good or bad. It's like, hey, you have the freedom to do what you want. And it just blows me away that the libtards are struggling to see that nuance. I don't know why they're so stupid. Oh, look, this is going to be good. Here we go. This is from RV.com. Everything you need to know about California's so-called RV ban. After receiving a great deal of clarifying information from the California Air Resources Board, this article has been extensively updated with more information. If you've been keeping current with current events in the RV industry lately, you probably heard about California's so-called motorhome ban that is set to go into effect January 1st, 2025. Because of the complicated and somewhat fluid nature of this story, there have been a lot of rumors and misinformation circulating. Is California banning RVs? Let us explain. I don't know if I'm going to... so the goal is to have the manufacturers convert to selling 100% SEV vehicles by 2036. They're forcing all the cars to become electric vehicles. You know what they did with you guys know the story about the straws, right? They passed all these laws for paper straws that would be better for the environment, and they ended up being worse. And then all of the paper straws are laden with toxins and poisons for the human beings who use them, like all your kids that drink from the paper straws. It's also important to note that these regulations only apply to new vehicles starting with 2024 model year. So basically, the law is this. You can't buy a motorhome in 11 states in the United States that's a 2025 or newer unless it's an electric motorhome. So you could buy used motorhomes, but you can't, well, you can buy it, you just can't register it. So you can buy a motorhome in California, but you can't register it in California if it's 2025 or newer, unless it's electric. And guess how many electric motorhome producers there are in the United States? 0. This is the kind of shit that's fucking crushing our economy. This is the kind of shit, Melissa, that you should be looking at. You shouldn't be worried about any of that other shit. You don't even have any stocks, Melissa. Or Daniel or Heavy Sevi. And they have no proof that electric vehicles, a matter of fact, there's plenty of evidence that's quite the contrary, that they're better for the environment, which is the justification of forcing you to buy electric vehicles. These are the things that you should be worried about. These are the things that are stifling the economy. The 50,000 people, I don't know, 100,000 people that teach squats in the United States, squatting and pull-ups and all that shit. The shit you should be worried about is the fact that there's someone who's trying to put licensure on the fitness industry, which is basically just a tax that anyone who wants to fucking train, a lot of countries have it. Ask Europe how it goes. You want to open a CrossFit gym in the United States, you just take your level 1, pay the money, and you can open it. You don't want to do that? You just want to open a mom and pop gym? You can do it. Just go down, rent a space, buy a building, fill it with weights, and you can teach it. But what the government wants to do, and what you should be worried about, Melissa, and what they're doing in all sorts of other countries with fucked up economies, is they have it so that you have to pay the government $2,000 and follow their rules. You have to have a certain amount of fans, and you can't let people squat below parallel. You have to agree not to tell people not to eat sugar. Those are the things you should be worried about. Thank you, Heidi. You actually need a level 2. Do you want to play with the Chinese? We are already playing with the Chinese. We're already playing with the Chinese. They're already flying balloons over our country and fucking. We have an imbalance of trade with them. No, actually, the truth is, I don't want to play with the Chinese, and I'd love to bring manufacturing back to the United States. You're acting from a place of fear, Melissa. I don't want to do that. I don't want to act from a place of fear. Here's another way to explain it, and this is a little bit scary, but I'll explain it to you like this. Do you value your life more, or do you value your freedoms more? So if we don't have a cohort in this country that value their values more of freedom than their life, we will be taken over. You understand that, right? That person can be easily manipulated. We have to have a cohort of people, and if you're not one of those people, it's cool, I understand, but just stay out of the way. We need a cohort of people who want the freedom of speech, the freedom of trade, the freedom to plant, have a cow on their property. We need a cohort of people who that's more valuable to them than just some shit existence. If we don't have that, they will, they being not China, but anyone, will end up fucking us. So if you're one of those fear-based people, just stay out of the way. Just fucking put your head down, turn your TV off, get away from your phone, put your head down. That's it. That's the psychological mechanism that's going on now. Yeah, the U.S. isn't responsible for long-term economies of foreign countries. Yeah, you have to you have to accept that. That too. No one wants to pay more, Daniel, right? No one wants to pay more. Gabe, what's up, dude? Good morning. Paper Street Coffee. Oh, I gotta call Gabe. These are the same people who, if you say anything, let's say there was a guy speeding, and I go, that fucking asshole, and then someone goes, you're racist, and I go, why do you say that? And he goes, well, that driver was black. That's what the left is saying. Those are the same people where if you're like, hey, I don't think that outfit fits that person, and they're like, which person? I'm like, Danny Spiegel, and they're like, how dare you? You're a misogynist. You talked about women. It's like, what the fuck? You're bringing so much more to the story that's not even there because of your own some fear. You're just driven by fear. Oh, look at Bible. Here we go. More Bible stuff. Jeffrey Birchfield, Corinthians 3:16. Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? Well, I do know. Thank you. I had the weirdest dream last night. One of my kids was playing on two pieces of driftwood at the beach the other day. There was a piece of driftwood like this, and then a piece like this, and they were doing teeter-totter on a piece of driftwood that was sitting on another piece of driftwood, and one of my kids flew off. And this is a week ago, and ever since then, he's like, hey, man, my chest hurts. Anytime he does any exertion, his chest hurts. and it's kind of freaking me out. And I was Googling around, and it sounds like maybe his sternum is bruised or maybe his heart got bruised. He landed really hard in the plow position. He landed on his back with his feet up over his head. So I'm guessing his sternum got compressed or something and maybe banged into his heart. I listened to his heart and his lungs with a stethoscope. Everything sounds fine. I mean, I'm no fucking doctor. But you got a Bible quote for that? All my dreams are about titties and bikes. Oh, that's cool. I can't get over Ezekiel 23 about the whore who loved big balls and massive loads. I pee. I'm a I pee. I was peeing on. I peed all over luggage. Like we went on a family trip, and then I don't remember why or how it happened, but somehow I accidentally peed all over the family's luggage. It was weird. Holy shit! 400,000 miles on your Tacoma. That's crazy. Toyota should make a commercial about you. Those who are willing to sacrifice freedom for safety will soon lose both. Yeah. No, I did not pee in real life. Great question. Great question. I don't have any, I don't think I have any rants today. I got all the rants out of me yesterday. I don't think I have anything. I'm tripping on the Kale Lehman. I wonder if Hiller's made anything new about Kale. I am tripping. I mean, I don't know, tripping's the right word, but I'm having fun with the Kale Lehman story. I went over to his, let me see if Hiller has anything here. I went over to Kale's Instagram account to see if he had any footage. Let me show you this. I went over to Kale's account. Is that his name? Kale Lehman? Oh, yeah. I went over to Kale's Instagram account to see if he had any footage of him doing open workouts, right? This is the guy that took 5th in the Worldwide Open. And where is that video? This is all mayhem. Here he's confirmed for mayhem. Here he got 5th. Is this it? Oh, here it is. This video. So don't worry, we're here to stay. That's a wrap on the 2025 Open. Big things to come. Couldn't have done it without Frog Grips. If you want to catch a 10% discount, use the code KALE10. Shout out to Jewel Media for the sick highlight reel of testing each workout. So this is a video of him doing the workouts. And it says he's testing them. So this isn't, I guess, and this was posted on March 17th. When was the when did the Open close? When was the last day to submit? Open workouts. But anyway, so this is him testing the workouts. I don't know what that means, testing the workouts. Like just feeling them out. Like this isn't the actual footage of him doing the workout. I was talking with Andrew yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, the weird part is I'm just some fucking random dude. I would never do an open workout without filming it. Would any of you? Would any, especially in private? Maybe if I went to an affiliate, I wouldn't film it. Testing equals warming up, and he's wearing 3 different shirts in this video. I'm guessing maybe this is 3 different days. Or maybe he was just making a Frog Grip promo. But I wish Kayla was here so I could do a poll. Would any of you do? No, no, I would film it. Yeah. and me and you train in our garages, but I can't imagine. Duh, it's a promo. But Barry, I know it's a promo, but wouldn't you think that you would take the footage from your 3 workouts that you did, that you shot with your iPhone, and that you would make the promo out of that? Like, if we went to Colton's Instagram page, I bet you his open workout footage is from his actual workout. Oh, it's like Sporty Beth's videos, she's never out of breath. If I was top 10 in the world, I would be filming it. I just can't imagine ever doing like the other day, went for a the other day I posted a 175 squat clean, and before I did it, I'm like, well, this is the most I've done is for a long time. I'm gonna film it. And then I tried again, a couple days before I went to Ashland. I tried 185 and I failed it. So I didn't post it, of course. I didn't, but I wasn't in the 1%. Did you do it in an affiliate, Jason, or did you do it at home? Allegedly 175. What the fuck? What do you mean allegedly? That was 175. I tried 185 twice the other day. I pulled under. I should actually post it because it's a pretty brave. I pulled underneath it both times. I'm a beast. I wasn't scared to pull underneath it. I had a buddy message me and tell me a story how he did the online qualifier with Kale and Max Krieg for Team Wadapalooza, only for Kale to say his videos didn't record. Oh, you did it in an affiliate with a judge. Did you think about filming it? So maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe people don't film it. I just can't imagine not filming. If I'm doing a fucking open workout, I'm fucking filming it. Yeah, Dale's still doing his show. Is Dale still doing his show on this channel? Yeah, they just posted one. Anyway, I really don't want Kale to. Well, actually, I don't care either way. I want him to come on the channel and do the workout, and if he shits the bed, be like, "Yep, I lied," and then we all laugh. I mean, half of you guys will hate him, which sucks. But either way, I don't ever hate anyone who comes clean. Like, so what? Although it does fifth. It is an interesting psychology, right? I mean, if you're gonna lie, going for I guess it's go big or go home. I didn't film any of my open workouts, but I also didn't submit scores. Oh, I've done that before. And actually, you know what? Now that you mention it, the workouts that I guess the workouts that actually maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm misrepresenting myself because now that I think about it, maybe the half dozen other open workouts I've done throughout the years, I don't ever remember filming them. So maybe I'm full of shit. Yeah, I'm going to go with I'm full of shit. Strike that from the record. But there was no way this year I would have done one without filming it. Maybe that was just because of the Wooly interaction. I don't know. I want thanks, Daniel. Have a good day, buddy. I don't know. I like the drama around the whole thing. You are not full of shit. Well, I mean, I'm not full of shit, but I'm full of shit in regards to I definitely. I mean, this year, like, for example, this is how if like my phone ran out of battery, I would not have done the workout. You know what I mean? Let's say that workout I did, if I went down to the beach and my phone stopped working, I would have like went and got my wife's phone or something, or my work phone. There's no fucking way I was going to do one this year without filming it. But I can't say that I would have filmed every one. I guess the best I could say is I would think Kale would have filmed them. So Kenneth, if I were to do an open workout, I'd neither film it nor do an affiliate. All right. I'm wrong then. Sub on your 25.1 is invalid because the rulebook says all workouts have to be performed in shoes. Dude, you know what's crazy? I am the fucking rule book. I am the fucking rule book. I transcend the fucking rule book. The rule book is wrong. So there's that. I think I'm supposed to go to the beach today. I have so many things. I have so many things going on today. Okay, I have to take Avi to a piano lesson at 11. Then I'm supposed to go to the beach, but I'm also supposed to go pick Greg up from the airport. Oh boy. And then the guy's coming to fix the gate at 9. I'm thinking of getting there. The beach starts at 10:30 a.m. God, the weather here is so nice. Oh man. Shit, that sucks. Lots of awesome workouts and athletes to highlight, but I will also address the perceived disdain for Rich Froning, which is not the case, by the way. No one thinks you have a disdain for Rich Froning, Brian. I'm reading a Brian Friend post. I don't know where it's at, but someone sent me a screenshot. Sounds like Syndicate is stacked. Oh, by the way, if you community event at Syndicate right here. Right here. Right here. See it? Right there. Use your phone. Hit the QR code. Sign up for the community event. Fuck, that's hard to do. Right there. Yeah, that cool. Right there, guys. Syndicate is stacked. Dallin, Jeff Adler, Jason Hopper, and Roman presumably. Wow. That is stacked. That's crazy. Hey, dude. Hey. Oh, yeah, tell me.
Friends in the fucking Army Warrior Fitness team and friends around. And I've been trying to defend the dude. Like I've gotten in and now I can't. Like they've told me.
Yeah, us shorties got to stick together.
You have to defend the dude. You know,
Yeah,
one he's
yeah.
military. I was like, yeah, cool. But
Yeah,
no, man.
military and
People-
short. I still believe he did. I still believe he's legit.
Yeah, I had my roommate that's training with him, and she was telling me like, nah, he didn't fit. I
Hey.
was like, what? He's like, nah, bro. He's like, we've trained with him, we've seen him. Yeah.
Isn't that kind of crazy though to lot fifth, dude? It's not like he was even like I mean, you basically put a target. Anyone who finishes in the top, if you finish in the top 100, you're basically like Andrew, me. If you top in the 50, you're like, hey, Andrew, check it out. And if you're in the top 20, you're like, Andrew, fuck you, I dare you.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And then,
like the whole CrossFit community should know that if you're going to be top 20 anywhere, you're basically saying, fuck you, Andrew. And Andrew's like, oh, okay.
Top 100. Top 100. You're top 100.
I mean, top 100, you're waving at Andrew. Andrew, hi. But top 20, if you're going to claim top 20 in any fucking event, you just fucking slap. It's like you poked a hibernating bear. And he's like, huh? But top 5,
and then,
Andrew's all up in your asshole. And your mom's asshole. Your whole family's asshole. Yeah.
Like, have the balls to, like, if he actually lied, right? If he actually lied, truly lied, and to have the balls to accept the invite anyways, to show that you lied. Like, would you, like, if I lied and I was like, my scores,
Yeah.
I wouldn't accept that invite. I'd be like, nah, brother, I'm gonna get so exposed. I'm not gonna go.
Yeah. But dude,
He still went anyways.
top 5, and like someone might show up to your house and be like, let's see you do the workout. Like that's just the internet.
Yeah.
That's the internet. You know what I mean? Like someone who just wants to like, let me think of someone who's new on the scene. Like I could see Jenny from Dense Updates being like, well, he lives 50 miles from me. I'm going to go over to his gym and watch him work out and film him through the window. I mean, fuck that would get like, dude, wait, sorry. Hold on. I lost you. I don't know what happened. Hold on. Fucking A, this fucking phone. Hey, could he? I have something crazy to ask you. You ready? Hey, are you there? Shit.
Yeah.
I have something crazy to ask you. Could he get in trouble with his job?
I think he's part of the Army Warrior Fitness team.
I mean, is there like some honor code? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude. So the 7 Army values, dude. One of the first ones is integrity, dude. Like, have to have integrity.
So like he could get slapped around at his job for that?
Yeah, I mean that could be on his OER, his evaluation, his yearly evaluation. If it comes out that he did lie, if he has a commander that's like really upholds those, as it's like unbecoming of an officer to lack integrity. And that could be on his OER, man. That could go on his evaluation record and get sent up to the Department of the Army.
I don't know what his body looks like now, but I went back and looked at some of the footage. He's a big dude and he was shredded. This is basically a year ago. Here's some muscle ups.
Yeah, I mean he's a thick boy, dude. I mean he's not fat by any means, but he's not like Colton lean. He's a little bit thicker than Colton.
Yeah, Colton looks like fucking Brad Pitt from Troy. He's so ripped these days. But
like,
Kale used to look like that too. It looks like a year ago. Here's a video from February of 2024.
Yeah, he's not that lean like Colton lean. He's a little thicker than Colton, but he's big as fuck. Like I stood next to him and his arms are twice my size.
Does this guy have an agent? Is Lab Management this guy's agent? I know he's an HWPO athlete. Well, could he get kicked out of HWPO for that? Would HWPO be like, hey?
I don't know. I don't know about that. On the military side, I could tell you that if it comes out to light that he's a liar, that could go on his evaluation if he's on the Army Fitness Warrior team, I think.
Kale, I will tell you this. I think that the giant heart that Taylor has over at Sentinel, that if this goes down, that hey, let me ask you this. Here's God, there's so many things. First of all, let me finish that thought. Taylor will rehab you. He's a man of great forgiveness, and he's gone through a lot of hardship, and he will take you into Sentinel, and him and JR will slap you around, even though they couldn't save Brian Friend. It says
After clapping your cheeks.
It says he's a pro bass fisherman. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, he has a lot of videos of him fishing. And I don't know if he's reservist or not, but yeah, he has a lot of videos of him fishing.
But is he a pro?
Sponsored church. I don't know.
Okay. Then it says he's the 20.
I was going to look into that.
Let me tell you what's worse than saying you're top 5 in the world. This part's really fucked up. He's fucking in the you know that thing that CrossFit does where you can hashtag something and you're in like the community cup or whatever, or the
top
service games or whatever.
Firefighter.
Yeah, he has himself as the fittest firefighter in the world.
Yeah, that's wild.
Do you know how would I find out who the second fittest firefighter in the world is?
I think you can just look at the hashtag.
I go to
in a leaderboard.
I go to the CrossFit Games leaderboard. I wonder who the second fittest cross.
And look up that firefighter hashtag and you can see the leaderboard.
CrossFit Games semifinal leaderboard. I'm gonna pull it up. Hopefully someone in the comments will show me. Okay, I'm at leaderboard, and then I'm at the open. Search by hashtag. Okay, just type in firefighter.
Yeah, try that. That should be. Yeah, man. I'm still defending him. I'm still optimistic that this dude did it by fluke, but he did it.
Some guy named Zane Parise. Oh shit! Is that
Thing?
the dude who's banging? Who's the super hot chick out of
Gracie?
Australia? Yeah, Gracie.
Gracie? No, that's Saint Healy, I think.
Oh, Zane Parise. Let me see if I can
Zane
find.
Parise 59. Zane Parise 59 on Instagram.
Let me see if I can find his Instagram. Zane Parise,
Yeah,
followed by Shelby Neal. It must be this guy. Okay, let's see.
yeah.
Let's superficially just scope this dude's body out and see if he's fitter than.
He looks pretty fit, man. He looks.
I don't see any videos of him. Oh yeah, he's
Dude,
strong. He's strong as fuck.
that dude's been doing CrossFit since like 2016. It looks like.
It's all stills of him. He looks young as shit. Oh yeah, this guy's a beast. I don't know. He's not. I don't know. I can't just look at him and say he's fitter than KO.
I mean, he looks like he was at Wadapalooza this year, 2 years ago.
Paris Powerhouse. Does he? He has his own training.
Oh yeah, Paris Powerhouse. That's his fitness one.
Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, this guy doesn't look like he's juiced up or anything. This guy looks just like a regular fucking fit dude.
Yeah, he
Hamden,
looks like he made a syndicate.
Hamden Fire. That I think is pretty fucked up to take away fittest firefighter or fittest mill guy. That's some pretty fucked up shit.
Yeah,
Oh
this
shit! Did
Paris
he
guy
win
looks like he's been
money?
to.
If he lied, he got monetary gain from that. It's definitely going on his record. Really? Does
Yeah,
fifth place in the
yeah,
Open get money?
yeah. No, the fittest firefighter or the fittest
Oh my
military
god!
person.
Come on,
Yeah,
KO.
they get money, dog. That's what I'm saying. They get money.
I don't think you
That's
can
what
say
I'm like.
that, Jeremy. Jewed up, juiced up, Jewed up. I don't know if you can say that. I don't know if you have.
Yeah, I think he gets money, dude. So that's the biggest thing. Like, fuck, gotta give that back.
Brianna
Do you
Roney,
have to give that back?
you would not believe how many rowers lie in recruiting. In my class, we had a girl who had a scholarship claiming she was 5'10" and had a 722K, showed up 5'8" and did her 2K in 8'10". Holy shit.
Damn.
I could even do that. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, he has to give that money back. If it's a lie, if he's a fraud, it's wild. Yeah, man, I'm still fighting for him just because he's a short dude and military. So
yeah, I heard he I heard he showed up to Mayhem at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I heard that.
And that's fucked. And then I heard he had a lot of really hard training right before that, but it was ruck training. And that and I think Colton implied that the first workout made him so fucking sore. Then we heard Fee say that she can't believe how sore she is. And and she's a well-tuned, she's a pro big W athlete. So if a pro is sore like her, you have to imagine Kale's really fucked
then
up.
Shelby Neal got heat stroke.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, from that first one, I think, of that first run one.
The black ginger got a heat stroke?
Yeah, she had symptoms of heat stroke and yeah, she had to be kind of carried off the floor, dude. Yeah, but I mean, also Paige Powers 8 weeks postpartum, and she only finished last 2 events or 3 events.
And she has those big milk bags on her, and she was probably fucking breastfeeding in between events and all that shit.
Yeah, so that's you can have a hard week of training, but that lady's a mom and still trains and does shit. So I don't know. All circumstances are crazy. Yeah, but yeah, Shelby Neal had heat stroke symptoms, and then there was somebody else too that was feeling fucked up. One of the guys feeling fucked up on the floor from the run.
I just want to tell you something
That's
that
you.
most people don't know. Carolyn Stanley's going to the games this year.
Yeah, probably. She looked really good. She looked strong as shit.
Yeah, she's going to the games. I'm thinking she's going to do it through the semifinal.
The online.
Yeah.
I think Reese Littlewood's gonna make it to the games this year. That's just my hot
Who?
take. Reese Littlewood. She's a brand new 18-year-old kid. She's in college up here. She was the teen games champ.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I see Reese Witherspoon.
So,
Reese Littlewood. Oh,
yeah.
she looks like a girl I went to college with. Holy
She's
shit,
the next.
she's a kid.
Yeah, she's 18. She's still in college.
Hey, did you see John Young's doing a dating show?
With Avery.
Happy 50th. Fuck, I'm older than her mom.
Yeah, dude.
If I wasn't married, I could date her mom.
That's weird.
Fucked
All
up.
right.
Fucked up, dude. Oh,
yeah, but yeah,
shit.
dude, I think Reese is gonna make it.
Her dad's a monster.
Yeah.
Holy
family's super cool, dude.
shit. He's fucking giant. Have you seen him in person?
Not in person, just photos.
He's a fucking Sasquatch, dude. Holy fuck.
Yeah, he's tall as shit, yeah. Cause she's like maybe an inch shorter than me. And then her dad's just giant.
All right, I'll follow.
Yeah,
You
I
said
think-
she's 18. I don't follow anyone who's under 18. She's 18.
Yeah, she's 18. Yeah, she's 18. She's up here at the university.
Don't fuck it up. I'll unfollow you quick as shit, Reese, if you fuck up.
Nah, dude. She's cool, man. She's
Darren
she's a
Hunsucker.
monster, dude.
Might as well follow Darren Hunsucker too. Hey, who's Draw Your Dagger?
That's Ryan. He is a firefighter and affiliate owner up in Georgia, North Georgia.
Okay, I'll follow him too then.
Yeah, he does photos with me at Crash.
Pool Boy says, dude, that doesn't mean shit. Meaning that he was tired and that he got there at 4 a.m. and all that.
Yeah, Pool Boy is hard on the Kale Layman is a liar train, man.
Kale finished 5th and 7th in the world the last 2 years, yet never competed at a high level since at semis or even Wadapalooza. Red flag. Jeremy World. John's wife is the only woman he's ever banged. What the fuck does he know about dating? That show is going to be weird. I didn't watch. Did Kat do her show yesterday? Her dating show?
Dude, I didn't see it. I missed it.
I
watch it.
I think I missed it too, but I went back and watched her first one, and it was fucking good. It was crazy. She shows pictures of people who are trying to get with her on fucking dating apps, and it's
she said she has like 150 people want to date her.
Yeah, and the pictures I didn't see that, but the pictures are all dudes just like naked with like a with their dicks blurred out. I didn't know dating apps were like that.
That's crazy. I wouldn't know, man. I just hear from all the young kids here in the dating apps. So I just hear the crazy stories.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right, dude.
Okay.
We'll see you later. We hope Kale isn't a liar, but
everyone pray for Kale. And even if he is, it's fine, Kale. We're enjoying
it. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
All right, later, dude.
You're 23. You lie a little bit. I haven't looked at this yet. Let me Jesus versus Yeshua. Oh, Yeshua versus Yahweh. Okay. Truth versus deception, the sacred split. Okay, here we go. The Bible hour. Listen up, Jake Lockhart. Dom, you know everything, so you can go on a bathroom break or whatever right now. Jesus, Roman invented savior figure. Wow, Roman invented savior figure is Jesus. Yeshua. What the fuck is that guy's name? Name means salvation in Hebrew. Oh, this could be some blasphemous shit. Jesus, tied to control, guilt, and hierarchy. Yeshua, rebel, truth teller, temple disruptor. Jesus, a weaponized cross and blood sacrifice. Yeshua, walked with Mary Magdalene, not alone. Jesus, no feminine counterpart allowed. Yeshua, divine masculine feminine union. Jesus, obedience to church equals salvation. Yeshua taught sovereignty and inner divinity. I'm digging this Yeshua guy. Jesus, Sunday worship, sun god echoes. Yeshua, healed with hands, spoke in codes. I don't like speaking in code shit. Jesus, only begotten son, exclusionary code. Yeshua said, you will do greater things than I. Oh, man, this must be fucking some of you guys up. Yeah, I figured that Yeshua is the that's the original name. I think that's the point of this, Kenneth. I think that's the point of this. Jesus is sacrificial lamb equals guilt programming. Yeshua had resurrection, consciousness, awakening. Jesus, history written by empire. And Yeshua came to dismantle the beast system. They gave you Jesus to silence Yeshua, reclaim the name, reclaim the truth. Five is for man, 6 is for Satan, 7 is forever. Wow. That's not Jesus, that's libtard interpretation of Jesus. I don't know, Clock. It sounds like it's the other way around. It sounds like maybe some people are going to have to look into this. It sounds like some people have been duped into thinking Homeboy's name was Jesus. I'm going to look up that word right now. Yeshua. Oh, he's got his own wiki page. Yeshua, am I pronouncing it right? Yeshua? Am I pronouncing it right? But Jesus sounds better than Jesus. Yeshua was a common alternative form of the name Yehoshua or Joshua in later books of the Hebrew Bible and among Jewish people of the Second Temple period. I like that sound, ah. That's how we named our kid Avi. My wife said, what should we name the kid? I said, I like the sound ah. And she said, okay, his name is Avi. The name corresponds to the Greek spelling from which through the Latin lezus, that means tongue, comes in Armenian, comes the English spelling Jesus. Once for Joshua, the son of Nun, and 28 times for Joshua, the high priest, and other priests called Jeshua, although these same priests also... It also differs from Hebrew spelling Yeshu, which is found in the Ben Yehuda dictionary and used most secular contexts in modern Hebrew to refer to Jesus, although the Hebrew spelling is generally used in translation of the New Testament into Hebrew. The name Yeshua is also used in Hebrew historical texts to refer to other Joshuas recorded in Greek texts, such as Jesus ben Ananias. In English, the name Yeshua is extensively used by followers of the Messianic Judaism, whereas East Syriac Christian denominations use the name Yeshu in order to preserve the Syriac name of Jesus. In the 2004 film The Passion of Christ, which was made by Aramaic, used Yeshua as the name of Jesus and is the most well-known Western Christian work to have done so. Holy shit. My wife was my sister was telling me that there's other besides in the New Testament, there was a guy I think named Timothy, who wrote his experiences with Jesus too, but for some reason it didn't make it into the Bible. People were duped by King James to believe the Bible is in iambic but pentameter. I don't know if it is all semantics. Words are powerful. Why would you use the translated name of Jesus? Why wouldn't you just use his real name? Why would Timothy is in the Bible. Why would you Paul was Timothy's mentor. Why would you Thomas, is it Thomas? It's Thomas. Thomas wrote a book and it didn't get in the Bible even though he hung out with Jesus. Why would you think about how stupid that is? Just think about that for a second. You're telling me you're going to fucking translate the Son of God's fucking
Why
name?
would you think about how stupid that is?
Hold on.
No, you
Oh,
hold on, motherfucker. Yeah, hi. How are you? Thanks for calling.
It's your favorite neighborhood modern Satanists.
Thank you. Tell me, what is going on? Why would you change the guy's name? There's no need to do that.
Okay.
There's no need. That's
So-
completely retarded. That's blasphemy, as a matter of fact.
So-
I'm feeling like
well,
all of you guys are dirty.
That's weird.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you
it's
know
weird
what
too.
modern Satanist? You know what modern Satanist is,
No,
or Satanism?
no. I could
So,
Google
okay.
it.
Okay, do that.
Okay. Satanism,
Do modern Satanism.
which rhymes with jism. Modern Satanism. Modern Satanism encompasses various beliefs and practices, with the Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple being prominent organizations, while some groups are theistic. I don't know what that means. Believing in a literal Satan. Oh,
That
many-
yeah.
Many
right, there you go.
are
So
atheistic, using Satan as a symbol for rebellion, individualism, and challenging the authority rather than a literal deity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're an atheistic religion, let's say. So they don't really believe in God or Satan.
If I was
Satan
Satan,
is
the
a-
first thing I would do is fucking confuse people about the name of who their fucking of God is.
There you go.
I start
So-
calling
and
him.
that's
Start
what-
calling him.
that-
Hey, call him Jesus. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the the premise behind it. I don't know. Who am I?
I mean, fuck, dude. Why
Yeah,
not? Why
it's a-
not? It sounds like some CIA shit. Why wouldn't you just call the
What-
guy
what-
by his name? He's the Son of God.
Yeah,
Why are you changing that shit? So you agree with me?
yeah.
Fucking weird.
Well, I don't know. I know something's messed up because there's
It's not
you
like
know,
it's hard to say.
10
Yeshua
different-
isn't hard to say.
well, there's 10 different religions that have the same story. There's the divine intervention. There's the savior. There's it's great. I hope it is. I hope there is the savior.
Yeah, me too. That would be fucking. That would be easy if there was. That'd be
But
easy.
hey, check out the documentary. It's called Hell Satan, and it'll give you a little bit of background behind temples. What are they? Not Church of Satan. The Church of Satan and Satanic Temple. That's them.
Hey, and you know what's weird? The more and more I get into this stuff and I look into it, the more and more I start thinking, holy shit, all these Christians are going to be fucking. They're going to miss it when
Dude,
when Yahweh comes back again. They're gonna be like the Pharisees in the movie Chosen. You know what I mean? They're gonna miss it because they got all these fucking
I didn't
rules.
see that.
But you haven't. You should see the Chosen. It's great. Basically, Jesus is like the great liberator. He sets everyone free, and now all the Christians I talk to live by all these fucking rules.
dude, all the like Satanists that I've met,
Mhm.
like all they do is help people. They go out and, you know, feed the homeless and, you know, just do all kind of like charity work. And
I don't like charity.
well, you know what I mean? Like they're doing something selfless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, that's a, you know, something to watch. And there's a cool podcast too called Hail Satan. You know, and he's much more elaborate, you know, with stuff with words than I could probably ever be. So it's cool. It's something to look at.
All right. All right. Thank you.
I like it all. Like it all.
Okay.
Love you, dude.
Thank you, brother. Love you too.
Bye.
Kara Smith, look into Wes Huff. He addresses the other religions and similar stories thing. All right. Thank you. They're lying to you, buddy. I know. I just found that out. His name wasn't even Jesus. That's fucked up. The lying's got to stop. Actually, I don't know if it has to stop. As long as the truth's out there somewhere, it's fine. I don't know who that caller was, but he had a great voice. Sounded like a Southern gentleman. Sousa, when people call, Sousa asks what their name is. I always think I shouldn't do that. Just let people be anonymous. I listened to 2 Wes Huff's videos. Maybe he's great. I thought he was fucking. I thought he was like just the rest of like so many of the Christian ding dongs that I talked to. They're so fucking adamant. They're so insecure about their belief in Jesus that they need to prove it so fucking bad. Well, we found his bones and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Feel me. You can't feel my vibe. I don't need that kind of proof. To me, it's irrelevant whether the earth is 3,000 years old or fucking 10 million years old. I don't need that. Like, I can easily go to higher ground and be like, yeah, God created evolution. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like anyone. If you think that evolution is proof that there's no God, then you're a fucking idiot. I mean, or you're just a simpleton. You just can't see big picture. You're just myopic. It's like, well, then what's to stop it from saying God created that? Bacteria. Nice. I see what you did there, Slater. Oh, shut it, pool boy. You shut your fucking trap. All right. Well. Yes. Oh, dude, you know what's crazy about your phone number? Your phone number comes in as spam.
Yeah, because I got a whole world listening on the other line.
Oh, you have a hoe listening in on the other line?
A whole other world on the other line.
Okay. Am I pronouncing the name
Yeah,
right?
so,
Is it Yeshua? Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeshua.
What is it?
Yeshua.
Yeshua. Yeshua.
Yes.
I am Yeshua.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeshua. Is that what you call him? What do you call him? Do you call him Jesus or Yeshua?
I call them both.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's Yeshua, really.
Yeshua. Yeah, I like it. It is Yeshua. How about Yahweh? I like Yahweh too.
Yeah, something like that too. I don't know that much.
Yeah.
They have the scriptures. It's called the scriptures. You get the scriptures, you can find out all about it.
Yeshua. Don't the scriptures just always refer to him as Jesus, Jesus?
No, they're doing something else over there.
Yeshua. So the scriptures are different than the New Testament?
Yeah, it's different.
Oh, that's cool. I bet you my sister will call me after the show and explain that to me. That's good. Yeshua. What if you spent
So-
what if you spent your whole life reading the Bible, the King James version, and then you find out it was the fucked up version, that you should have just been reading the scriptures? That's like, you know what that reminds me of, dude? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just got the scriptures like a few years ago,
That
but I don't read it.
You don't
I don't read it that much.
That reminds
No,
me.
I don't. I can't read that fast.
Yeah. That reminds me, like, I'll have friends who will be like, I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. I'm like, you are? They're like, yeah. I'm like, how'd you get that? Well, like, I took Taekwondo for 4 years. I'm like, oh, but they can't even fight. So you go to a martial arts academy, you just go, and then if you go, 5 days a week for 4 years, you eventually just get your black belt just because. And that's what it seems like to me. Like, if maybe that's the way it is. If you just read the King James version, you end up thinking that you know some shit about God, but you don't, and you missed out on the whole Yeshua and the scriptures and the real path. Starting to get a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I met God in a different way.
You meant what?
I was God touched, had an influence. Anyway, I was on the beach. I was walking on the beach, and there was a bicycle, a couple of bicycles going down the beach toward us.
Yes.
And there was two ladies and the kids.
Okay.
And the lady, she pushed the kid forward. And what I did was I said, "Oh," and the kid twitched and moved. The bike missed him. And I said, "Cool." And he twitched again, and the other bike missed him. And then the lady, she took a picture of me.
Oh. Hey, what beach were you at? What coast? Are you on the West Coast?
I was on Sarasota.
Oh, in Florida.
Sarasota Beach. On that little island.
Hey, oh, okay. Hey, do you listen to this show regularly?
No, I started when the flat earther started talking.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I like it that you call in.
Well,
what do you do? What's your day? What do you do? What's a normal day look like for you?
I'm like an inventor. I can make you a pizza oven, and then we can sell it.
Oh, you can make custom pizza ovens?
Well, I'm a designer.
Oh, okay.
I can make furniture design. I do some handyman work.
And
once in a while.
And where were you born?
Handyman. Well, I was born in the Soviet Union.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
What year were you born?
We escaped.
What year were you born?
What year? 1970.
No shit.
We escaped in 1975.
No shit. And what was your language of origin?
Russian.
Oh man, you have no accent. You know how usually Russians speak in that cadence that's kind of like unbearable for Americans? You have none of that. That's amazing.
Yeah. Because I was 5, came to kindergarten or first grade. I don't remember.
And but you said you were born there in the 30s, but you came in 75?
In 1970, I was born. I came in 1975 when I was 5.
Oh, you were born in 1970. Okay, so you're the same age as me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Are your parents still around?
My mother.
Your mother. And does she live in Sarasota also?
No, I don't live there. They got a warrant for me.
Oh, for parking tickets or something?
No, they put some sleeping pills in my food.
And now there's a warrant out
then
for
I
your
got
arrest?
a DWI.
Yeah.
DWI.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And then I said I want to represent myself in court. And they said, "Oh, you're crazy. You got to take a psychological test." No, thank you.
Do you have kids?
No.
No kids. Siblings?
Yeah, I got some brothers.
Well, cool. I appreciate you pointing me to the scriptures. Maybe you never know, that could completely alter the course of my life.
Yeah, you ever see They're Independent?
Did I ever see what?
There's a show called Bear Independent.
They're independent.
Bear.
Bear. Oh, bear, as in like the animal. Bear Independent. Is it an internet show?
Yeah. And they got the guy from Sohan Mountain. I forgot his name. That's the like leader or something.
Oh,
He
okay.
understands all that stuff. He knows understand all the scriptures and stuff.
Okay. I see him. He did a show
But I can
yesterday.
make you a pizza oven. Let's make a pizza oven. Let's make some money.
Well, if there's anyone who would like a pizza oven in Florida, I will. Do you mail them out, or do you come to people's
No,
home?
I'm not in Florida. I'm not in Florida.
Oh, where are
I'm
you?
in New York.
Oh, you're in New York.
In near Cooperstown.
Oh, because you said
I don't want to tell.
you said you were walking on the beach.
Yeah, that's when I went to Florida because I had the COVID. My lungs were bad.
Yeah.
So I went to the beach. They had to swim it out. I swam it out. I had a job. They put some stuff in my food.
Did you get the vaccine?
No.
Oh, good. Okay.
I had to wear a mask. I had to wear a mask in the bottle factory, and I couldn't wear it. I took it off a little bit so I can breathe.
Yeah.
And they walked me out. They said, "Oh, you're fired."
Cooperstown, New York is not near the beach. Cooperstown, New York is that's where the baseball Hall of Fame is. Baseball Hall of Fame.
That's where Obama went down to. And then the state police flew their helicopter over my house.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Thank you for the direction and the guidance.
Okay, I'll see you later.
All right. Love you, buddy.
Take care.
Bye. All right. Scriptures. Sevi, ask him if he's been pegged. Listen. Caleb, Sevon casually directing bounty hunters to nab this guy. Book him for a show. Me and you were on the same page, David. I was I seriously was thinking about it. I used to he sounds like the cohort that I used to hang out with for many years. 2 or 3 years of my life. He sounds like so many old friends of mine during my homeless days. It's a trip. I mean that with complete sincerity. That's not sarcasm. All right. Well, he schooled all you fuckers on the Bible. I knew I was onto something. Yeshua. Yeah, why would you call him Jesus? That doesn't even make sense. I'm going to see if I can convince my sister to never say Jesus again. Yeshua. Yeshua. God, this fucking phone. I guess I should be thankful for what I have. Adam Blakesley, that type of caller makes me question my listening to this. Oh, you guys are so sheltered. Oh my goodness, you're so sheltered. Okay. I'm off. Let me see if the gate guy's here. Oh, let me call my wife really quick and see if the gate guy's here. If the gate guy, listen, I'm gonna be fucking so irritated if the gate guy's here and my wife didn't tell me. I'm gonna be so irritated. Hi, babe. Is the gate guy here?
Oh, I guess you didn't see my text.
No.
He's looking at it now.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Next time you got to call me. I'm the fucking man of the house. You have to call me when the gate guy's there, and then I come out.
I thought text was sufficient.
No, it didn't come in for some reason.
Man.
It's not coming to my computer for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
All right, I'm coming
well,
out there.
he's here, so
Okay, I'm coming out there to do the man shit.
say goodbye to your friends.
Okay.
Okay.
I love you. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Fucking
Bye.
Yeshua. Yeshua Christos. Oh, so I won't even say. Oh wow, it's gonna have to change my whole vocabulary. Sevon, I heard one time that everyone you take a deep breath, you say Yeshua. Yeshua. Kyle Hammers. What a great name. I hope you're blessed with some great hammers in your orbit. Try taking a deep breath, breathe, and see if you hear it. I can't tell if I'm making it up or not, but I hear it. All right. Do something good for someone today. Even if it's yourself. Love on yourself. Make sure you think about fasting, breathing, and resting. Love you guys. See you later.